everyone, this is Melissa and I'm the talkative introvert. I got another MBTI related episode for you all. This time it's not just two INTJs ranting. Before we get into the episode though, I wanted to give a quick shout out to the newest guest on the podcast, Austin. You'll get to hear from him in a little bit. Happy birthday, Austin. I actually tried to get this episode out for the week of his birthday. He actually came up with today's topic and was an amazing guest on the episode. I'm super excited to have him on more episodes, hopefully, if he still wants to do it. Anyways, happy birthday again. Love you, Austin. All right, let's get into it.
Quiet on the set.
I'm joined today by Leah and Katrina, and we have a new guest on, Mr. Austin.
Hi.
Welcome, Austin.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Austin doesn't have any nicknames.
Unfortunately, no. So Leah's Louie, Katrina's Casey.
Mm-hmm.
FYI. For new people who are just joining. Okay, so in this episode, we're going to talk about... What are we talking about? Oh, we need to first talk about your guys' MBTI. So me and Leah already did like a couple episodes, but we're INTJs. So go check those out. Those are like my most popular episodes.
Woo-hoo.
And then we're going to reveal Casey and Austin's.
I need help finding it.
You need help finding what?
What I indicate as.
So you guys are the same thing?
Are you A, Austin?
And T.
T? We're opposite.
Yeah. So Casey got ENFJ A.
Oh, I really thought it would be the other way around for both of them.
Yeah, me too. Well, no, it makes sense. You're pretty. Yeah, I would say she's assertive.
You're pretty.
Right.
Did you hear that, Katrina?
You're pretty.
You're pretty, yeah.
Katrina.
So ENFJs are protagonists. Protagonists are natural-born leaders, full of passion and charisma. Forming around 2% of the population, they are oftentimes our politicians, our coaches, and our teachers, reaching out and inspiring others to achieve and to do good in the world. With a natural confidence that begets influence, protagonists take a great deal of pride and joy in guiding others to work together to improve themselves and their community.
That definitely sounds like both of them.
Ooh, okay. There's a lot of these. Why does this look like this? So like some people would be Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Ben Affleck, Sean Connery, Maya Angelou,
Wow.
Morpheus.
So mine is the ENFJA. I got 80% for extroverted, 51 for intuitive, 74 for feeling, 57 for judging, and 57 for assertive.
So you're kind of in the middle.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I like how she has the high percentage on feeling because that's 100% her.
But see, for me, I hold my feelings, you know?
Yeah, but you are very you're an emotional person. You very much like think about the way other people feel.
Oh, if you ever see Katrina cry, you are also gonna cry.
Yeah.
You will also
Heartbreaking.
cry. It is heartbreaking.
Remember in the previous episode,
What?
you said when we were talking about our horoscope, so like Scorpios are really hard on their feelings and don't really share it with others.
So it's a Scorpio thing.
Yeah. Makes sense.
That's my inner me.
Yeah, your moon.
My moon.
Yeah.
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 And then you got a really high percentage for extrovert too, which makes sense.
I know, 83%. I thought it'd be higher.
I thought it'd be higher too, honestly.
But I think, what was mine? I think mine's like 96% introverted or 93.
I think mine's like 83% introverted. So me and Casey are like complete opposites.
All right.
Okay, Austin?
Yeah.
So I got ENFJT. So I'm 56% extroverted, 70% intuitive, 51% feeling, 56% judging, and 75% turbulent.
Dang, that sucks. You're like me.
What does
What is-
turbulent mean?
What is
Like
turbulent?
you're more like timid and
Second guess ourselves a lot.
Because assertive, you're like confident and like assured of yourself,
Yeah.
and turbulence the opposite.
Characterized by conflict, disorder, or confusion, not controlled or calm.
Okay, I guess.
Am I not?
No, I can see the T now.
Austin, you should figure out what your rising and your moon is. And
I already know what that is.
you do?
We're going to talk about, what else are we talking about? Social situations
Yeah.
and how we all differ handling them
Yeah.
certain ways.
Because
This is
me and Louie are introverts, and then you guys are extroverts.
I have a situation already.
Oh, you do? Okay. Who wants
So it's
to?
gonna be really interesting too, though, because you two are the same, but only like differ in the A and T, and we are the same, me and Mia, and differ from the A and T.
That's gonna be our episode title: INTJs and versus ENF. What are you?
Yeah.
ENFJ. A.
And he's T.
We're all like opposites of each other.
That.
Except Austin, you're only 56% extroverted.
I
Yeah,
feel like he's an ambivert.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
does make sense to me too. Because I
Yeah,
figured
I
you'd
feel
be
like
more extroverted, but really in the middle.
So you're an ambivert.
You got pretty middle for almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
My role is a diplomat, but my strategy is social engagement.
That's true.
It's funny because I relate these to like working, because I've worked with both of you guys.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
leadership. You know?
Yeah, and I can see that in both of you guys because of work.
Oh.
Can I read the strengths and weaknesses? Because they're
Ooh,
very
on point.
Yeah. Okay, so your strengths are tolerant. So protagonists are true team players, and they recognize that means listening to other people's opinions, even when they contradict their own. And then reliable, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Charismatic, most definitely.
Yeah.
Altruistic, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And then natural leaders, we kind of already talked about that. And then your weaknesses, overly idealistic. So people with the protagonist personality type can be caught off guard as they find that through circumstance or nature or simple misunderstanding, people fight against them and defy the principles they have adopted, however well-intentioned they may be. They are more likely to feel pity for this opposition than anger and can earn a reputation of naive. How do you say that?
Naivety.
Yeah.
Naivety.
Yeah. So naive. Too selfless.
Am I naive? I feel like I'm naive.
We hit a button there.
I take that back because I feel like I am overly idealistic. In the sense of like, I give people the benefit of the doubt, even if they're not so great.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Because you're not necessarily naive, but you have, like, what's it called? Like, people you seem naive, but you doesn't mean you are just because of your actions. And then you're too selfless, which I think, sometimes.
Very selfless.
Katrina is the most.
Yeah, Katrina is absolutely the
Ever
most.
since high school, making people freaking their lunch.
Bringing them balloons and cupcakes for their birthdays.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember, because didn't you, like, stayed up all night one time to make people cupcakes or something?
I never really sleep anyways.
And I was thinking, like, why? Why do you do these to your friend?
Really though.
Just buy them. Too sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ouch.
both of you.
Sensitive to it.
Yeah.
Fluctuating self-esteem.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one is struggle to make tough decisions.
Like,
I don't know.
I mean, here and there, but I don't think it's like a weakness.
I mean, I sit there and I think like I always do like the pros and cons, and then I overthink, is that the right decision? Like,
You definitely overthink.
Overthink, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, totally agree. This is definitely you guys.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So we are INTJ and you guys are ENFJ. So you're opposite in the E and the F from me and Louie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Okay, so we're going to talk about different scenarios and how we would tackle it versus the other. So how INTJs would tackle it and how ENFJs would tackle it, right?
Yes. In our specific experiences.
I mean, is it all like problematic or just situations in general?
Just any situation.
Anything.
So Austin, you said you had something?
Yeah. So I think like starting a new job, because obviously I just started that, but I want to know how you and Leah handle that, and then how Katrina and I handle it.
Okay. So you just started, so you go first then.
So I think with me starting a new job, I felt nervous and was kind of scared because like it's the unknown, you know. But then here I am a month into it, and I feel like I can run around and say hi to everyone and perfectly am fine. Like I'm like, hey, how are you doing? And have a full-on conversation and like joke around and be perfectly fine. The first month I was obviously like nervous, scared, felt like, was this the right decision? You know, like, you know, sitting there overthinking on that. But then now it's like, I feel so confident in like what I do and the people I work with and who I can talk to. Yeah, that was my situation, how that worked. So Mia.
Okay. Are we doing opposites and opposites?
Sure.
Okay, well, I just started my job last year. Oh, it's my 1 year anniversary today.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congrats.
I lost my other job. This is like my last day at the last company. But yeah, so I guess I was the newest, other than Austin. So for me, it's a lot of planning ahead of time. And I'm trying to think of well, it's different because I just switched sides. Like I went from private to state, so it's not really that different. But I guess in general, when I start a new job, there's a lot of planning involved, and I always get to work like an hour early. Or when I used to work downtown, the day before I drove downtown just to see what my route is and where like exactly where the place is and like where to park and stuff like that. And it's just like a lot of planning. And then when I actually start the job, like this new job, I had a lot of questions because I need to know exactly like what am I doing, what's my role, what are my responsibilities, what is like the goal, like what do I need to achieve in like 3, 6, 9 months, you know? And so I asked like my manager like a million questions, and like there's nothing like documented, like none of the processes are documented. So literally the first thing I did was got trained on it, and then I put everything into a job aid and documented everything that I learned, so that if we got a new person, I can just like give them a job aid. But it's very like analytical and technical and very like, I don't know, streamlined, and I didn't focus on the social aspect at all. I mean, I did like, I met my coworker, but we didn't start like having actual personal conversations until we had to go and sit next to each other because we were in different cubicles, and then they moved us so that we're closer together as a team. And so I didn't do any of that social aspect.
No surprise there.
Yeah. Even though I already knew some people because all I did was move from private to public. I'm not like a social butterfly at all. But that's how I tackle it. Very organized, very planned out, very stale and sterile. I feel like now I am talking about it, it's very like not fun. It's like work.
Sounds boring. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my story.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go. Okay, so, well, I'm kind of like Austin. Definitely a social butterfly. I'm honestly really good with names, and I've always been since I was little. And, like,
I'm terrible at names.
Yeah,
I will know,
she's very good at
who's
names.
in my class type thing. You know, like, who's kind of MIA.
Mm-hmm.
Casey can still name everyone from high school.
Oh
Yeah,
goodness.
and
It's been
I
like
don't
8
know.
years.
I could always just like hop on for whatever's next, you know. I've been working since I was 16 and I've never really taken a break ever. Like it was just a weekend break and then that Monday something different. But yeah, I always say hi to everybody and know everyone's name. I don't know. I just feel like it makes it more fun. You know?
That's like your first thing you do is like connect with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Which where that percentage of extrovert comes, right? 83%.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Katrina, were you like nervous when you started?
Absolutely. I mean, that's normal for everybody, you know? You're going to feel those feelings of feeling nervous. It's something you don't know. Anyways, yeah. I mean, it's nerve-wracking, you know, working for where I work.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh, yeah. So Casey works in the medical field, which definitely is scary right now.
You've been there. It's been over a year, right?
A year. Yeah, over a year. I started in September.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy, you guys.
Wow, time flies when you think about it.
Yeah, seriously.
And Katrina you work with like the direct public, right? Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And then Mia, you don't work with the direct public.
Absolutely not.
I
wouldn't have taken this job.
With the direct public. But Leah works with the direct public. Isn't that crazy?
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
So it's all different.
I mean, technically career based after Louis is like done, it's practically
the career. So I'm not in the career that I want to be in right now. It's like a stepping stone. I think I've mentioned before on the podcast, I'm a receptionist at a hair salon, which is not what I want to do in the future. Because what I want to do in the future is lab work, like working on autopsies specifically. So that's the complete opposite of working with the direct public. I specifically decided to work with dead people because I would rather do that than work with live people. So that was one of the driving forces for that career path, other than it being incredibly interesting. But but I've actually been in my job I actually hit 4 years going into my 5th year this week.
That's insane.
Wow.
Yep. Crazy. I've never been at a job this long before.
Can you see us?
That's a really long time.
Yeah, I can see you guys now. But yeah, I'm always absolutely terrified when I start a new job. I've had several jobs, so I've been through that several times, but and all of my jobs have been like retail or food industry or something like that. Besides the one with
I was like, no, that wasn't.
Yeah, I've also worked in an office, which was like the best thing for me because that wasn't working directly with that many people. I mean, we had a team, but most of the day you're in your cubicle, just minding your own business, doing your computer work, and I love that. But I get really, really nervous. I always focus on the work first, like, because my biggest fear is just not doing something right. So I just focus on the work. I have to do it perfectly. Even though I'm just learning, I feel like I have to do it perfectly the first time. So I'm always super, super, super focused on that. It's funny. I relate a lot to what Mia had said, because when I got to the salon, it's a small salon. There's 2 locations. So I helped out a lot with creating like a training manual and stuff like that, because that didn't really exist when I first started. And I like things being streamlined and straightforward and knowing exactly what I'm going into, what is expected of me, what I'm supposed to do. I don't like having to guess about things. So I did the same thing, created like a process. Eventually I started training people, so I used it a lot.
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
Sorry. All I just want to say is like, we appreciate those people too, though, because the balance in life, if we didn't have like you guys to have those brains to just like, where would the manuals be? Everything in the world, right?
Okay. Those SOPs are lifesavers.
Yes.
Standard operating procedures.
I love those. Yeah, they're the best. They're so much fun.
Right.
My job.
Go ahead.
Like, same with Mia. Like, we both work for the state now. Like, they don't have documentation of like their procedures on anything, and then you're kind of just like, it's all from memory. So you're like writing down everything, and then then you have to like put it into a document so that you can remember, but also for anyone else that takes over. But like you, Mia, you've got it done. Me, I'm just writing down. I haven't even started writing it. Writing procedures. But yeah.
But yeah, that's what I focus on. And then I've realized that I don't really like make friends very easily at work. Like right now, I've been at my job for 4 years. I don't really hang out with very many people outside of work, from work. It's fairly rare.
I'm going to interrupt you because you do make a lot of friends. You moved to Virginia having known no one, and you've made friends.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like it's always changing though. Like
not close, intimate friends.
Yeah,
just like acquaintances.
Me, I don't have a lot of like super intimate friends here. I always feel like I'm getting like really close with somebody, and then here it's like a lot of military people, so they move away.
Yeah.
So a lot of that happens. I don't know, there's really only, out of the 4 years I've been there, there's like a couple of people that I actually hang out with fairly regularly, and they've also, one of them has been there for like a few years too, and we're like just now hanging out and stuff like that. So it definitely takes me a long time to get to know the people that I'm working with and be comfortable around them and stuff like that. It's not my first thing, like for Casey. And how Austin, you said after a month you're like comfortable with people. It takes me like literally years to be comfortable with people. And even then sometimes, I don't know, I still never feel like fully comfortable. But I am with the job. Like with the work, I got it down. Like after a month, I'm good.
Definitely.
I can do anything. Yeah.
So I guess the next scenario, which is like kind of a it's a scary one for me, but shopping at a store that you've never gone to, or going to a new area and then going to a store.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like a new city and a new store?
Yeah. So like yesterday, for example, my cousin and I, we went to Pacifica because we were just going to go to the beach. And
that's where I'm from.
I know. I know. So we went there, and first of all, it was awful because the line for anything was ridiculous, and we didn't pack any snacks or anything, so we went to Target because Target's the same everywhere. It's going to be like, it's going to be designed a little different, but it's like the same everywhere. So we went to Target, and immediately when I saw that parking lot, I got like anxiety because there's so many people, and I like don't like being around that many people just in general. Like, I don't know why, but I just don't. And then like walking in, the lines for checking out, and the lines for the bathroom, the lines for aisles to go down aisles, like it was insane. And like it made me feel so uncomfortable. We ended up just walking out and leaving. Didn't even get anything. Just left because it was just gonna take too long, like impatient, but like also just the anxiety around it, like that many people, and especially right now with like a pandemic, like I don't know where any of these people are from or like what they do or whatnot. Mm-hmm. So I just didn't even want to be around it. But yeah.
Well, if I'm ever going to a new city, because like Brandon and I do sometimes go to like different places because we like to like see different places when we go on vacation. But I always plan ahead. So I look at a map before I even go there. And so I already knew where all the restaurants were, and it was just depending on like what we were feeling that day. Sounds crazy.
I don't have the memory capacity for that.
Yeah. Well, like Google Maps, you can like download offline maps, right? So you don't have to like be on the internet to use it. So I do that. Like I always search everything up. Like before I even pick a place to stay at for vacation, I look at what's there. Like what's the type of restaurants are there? What's like what kind of grocery is there? Because we always do Airbnb because we bring Link. So we know like we can just buy food and just cook it at home or at the vacation rental. But like if I had to go somewhere and go to a new store, and it was that situation where like there's just a bunch of people and it's a new place and like it's also during like a pandemic, I would probably be like do the same thing as you, Austin. I probably would have just left because that's so. I mean, that was kind of like how Disneyland was. I mean, I still had a lot of fun and I love Disneyland and I want to go back. But the amount of people gives me so much anxiety. Luckily I love Disney, but if I didn't, I don't know if I would go back. Because I don't know. I don't like a lot of people.
To jump on the back of that statement, I talked to my cousin about this yesterday. Like, I probably wouldn't go back to Disneyland without Bailey. Like,
yeah.
Her is a whole different experience. Just because, like, she's so
Disney by the back of her hand.
That, but like her character and who she is so different than most people that she's just like I don't even know how to say it. Like it's infectious. Like how like she just pushes through and like goes, but then how she's so excited to like be there and stuff like that. It's so infectious. Like I straight up told her the first time I went that we went on grad night and I hated it.
Like, I haven't been since grad night.
Yeah, I never want to go back. I hate
no one wants to go back after that.
Yeah. And then going with Bailey, I was like, wow.
Let's go again.
Yeah. Such a different experience.
We should go sometime whenever they open, all of us.
You would like this, Louie, but so when we would walk by certain attractions or certain places or hear like a certain song, Bailey like, fun fact, and then we'll like say a fact about it.
Yeah.
Oh
like when we went to Peter Pan, there's like secret things hidden. She's like, look out for the, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, she'd be like, make sure you look at this.
Those. Yeah, it's so fun. So fun.
She could be a tour guide for Disneyland.
Yeah, she's so good at it, and like just how she knows how to maneuver the park. Like we went from one end
of the park
all the way to the other end. I'm not even like 5-10 minutes, like at most, and it was packed. And it was during a weekend day, and we booked it. And she knows how to like do the fast passes and everything like that, so you don't even like have to stress out about it. Like she just knows how to do it. It makes it such a better experience.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to experience Disneyland with Bailey.
Yeah, you get to do so much more when she's doing it. It's amazing. And she has a Disneyland guidebook. So she had me read that. Have you guys seen that?
Cool. No.
I haven't. No.
She has a guidebook and she has a spreadsheet of what to bring to your Disneyland trip. I told her to publish it like on Amazon or something.
Ooh. Oh, it's her own guidebook?
Yeah.
Wow.
She made it.
What?
I mean, she took ideas from other guidebooks, but she made it.
That's cool.
And like obviously she practices with it well, so no problem. Like ever since we went to Disneyland with her, I'm like, I loved it. It's so much fun. So much freaking fun.
Yeah. But if I didn't have a Bailey, I don't know.
You wouldn't be going to Disneyland.
Yeah, like maybe I'll go now that I know, but I wouldn't do half the things that she does.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
know.
like if we didn't have Bailey to be with us when we go to Disneyland, it's just like we're gonna be doing the routine that we know. We're not gonna be venturing out to something new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So, anyways, back to what we were talking about.
So new stores, new city.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. For me lately, like I feel like it's nice to spend time for yourself, right? And if you're gonna go to the store, I feel like as an extrovert, you want somebody there. As an introvert, it's intimidating to go in there because there's so many people, you know, like. But for me, I found like my escape is music. I really love music. So I will have one ear and then just enjoy my time, you know, my own little time just roaming around. But then going back to Austin's situation, like, yeah, what's worth it? You know, I'd rather just go home at this point and just use my own bathroom, cook myself dinner, or yada yada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's rough. It's very anxiety inducing. Like, I don't like shopping during the holidays ever. I did all my shopping on Amazon because like
holidays, it's like, oh yeah, there's a lot.
Like so Aiden's birthday unfortunately is in December, and so we went to the store and there was like children grabbing stuff. I think I bumped a kid in the head with my butt, and there's like. The thing that we got for Aiden was like ripped because it looked like a kid tried to pull it or something. It was just like chaos. God. And I was like, Brandon, just, grab something and like, let's go. Like, let's leave. It's too much.
Holidays are rough to shop.
Oh my God.
Definitely plan ahead. I learned that Black Friday sales are Black Friday sales. You guys, I'm not going to say the dollar amount. I mean, it wasn't a lot. But anyways, I was just going to say like,
I like how you whispered that. What was I saying?
Black Friday sales are amazing. Like I finished my shopping before December even started. You know?
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
I keep telling myself I need to make a savings just for Black Friday.
Yeah, I know. I tell myself that too. Yeah.
My mom has a holiday savings account.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I might surprise you guys with my answer.
Okay.
I feel like it's pretty surprising for any INTJ or just like any introvert in general. But I actually really love shopping. And I really love busy stores.
You got that from your mom.
Yeah, I think I did. I was thinking about that. I was like, this definitely came from my mom. Which is weird though, because I hated it as a kid. Well, it wasn't the people, like it being busy that I hated. It was just I was tired all the time and I wanted to go home and sleep. But I actually like that's one thing I do like about the holidays. I like the busy stores, but I don't interact with anybody. Like as long as I don't have to interact with anybody, I don't care. But I like that. I think we talked about this in one of our episodes, Mia, about how I really like having chaos kind of around me, but I'm in my own little bubble. So it's more like I'm just like seeing it, but not feeling it or experiencing it. Like I love going to Target and there's like a million people in there and I'm just roaming around by myself, just getting whatever. And I love, like Fabian hates this about me, but I love to just go to Target just to like relax. Yeah, like I just go and and I get things that I need, but I also really like roaming and I like looking. I like just going to look at the stuff.
I mean,
look at what they have.
Depending on the store, like I hate shopping. I will get what I want real quick and then just leave. But anyways, but Target is just a different vibe. That's what I was saying. Like when I just go in there and put my headphone, I'm just happy. That's why I bought the shit I bought, you guys. Like the bathing suit.
Oh yeah.
January.
I know I do always end up with at least one thing that I didn't plan on getting, but
I went for lotion. Came out with
a bathing suit. But yeah, I like that in general. Like I don't know, it doesn't bother me. Like all the people around me, because I'm really good at just separating myself from everything and like kind of being invisible. But I just really like, it's almost like having company, but you don't have to try. You know, because sometimes when you have someone with you, like sometimes you have to like converse with them. You have to, I don't know, you have to try to be interesting. It's exhausting sometimes.
Was it being alone together?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like Brandon will do his thing and I'll do my thing, but we're in the same room and I like being in close quarters with him, but like I don't necessarily want to interact with him.
Yeah, and I'm
like just do my own thing.
Yeah, I'm huge on that, which is why I like going out when it's busy. And then so like I feel like I have that, but I'm not actually interacting with anybody.
That makes sense.
Which is weird because I also really love being alone. It's like it's really one or the other.
If you think about it, like do you feel like you're a people watcher?
Oh, definitely a people watcher.
Kind of. Yes and no. Like I don't know, because I'm not super observant either. Like you all know that.
Yeah, we know that.
I'm just not the most aware person. I don't know. It's so weird. I just like.
Yeah, would you call yourself like observant or like a people? Like I know you're a people watcher, but like, are you super aware of what's going on around you?
I think so, because people say that all the time. But I love. This is very Michael of me, but I love being at parties and sitting on the couch or wherever and just watching people. Like I like watching people interact.
Like what you just said.
But I just really love doing that.
Oh, see, I don't even people watch though when I go out. I just like having that like hustle and bustle around me, I guess.
So I feel like depending on the situation, if you're just sitting and lounging, yeah, I'll people watch. But if I'm just doing my own thing, I'm not super observant, but I know what's going on type thing.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, I think that's how I am too.
I hate that word.
What?
I have a hard time saying that word.
Observant?
Observant, yeah. Because I want to pronounce the V like a B.
Observant.
Yeah. These are hard for me.
We all know which one I struggled with.
Probably.
What was the
deodorant?
Massachusetts.
Oh yeah.
Deodorant back then.
Deodorant.
I'm telling you guys, I'm partially dyslexic.
Anyways. Casey, didn't you say you had a situation?
Yeah. I mean, like, coming in right now, as you guys are already here, I'm just like already to 100 on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, mine's just short.
But just like in general, like your demeanor just walking into a new place.
Yeah.
How about the scenario of just coming into this podcast? What did you guys like? How did you feel, or like coming into this, like doing this today?
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Who should we start with?
Go. So for me, usually I write an outline and I prep when I do my solo episodes, but these ones where like people are involved, I don't really prep as much because it's just a conversation. I want it to be as live as possible.
Yeah.
But anyway, so coming into today's podcast, first of all, Casey was the first one to text me this morning, and I was still in bed.
Of course he was.
I was like, who is texting me right now?
I mean, for myself, I think that's where my extrovertness comes. Like, I'm excited to see my people type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I came in kind of nervous because, again, public speaking kind of makes me nervous just because.
Yeah. I think I'm used to public speaking. Like, I did a public speaking class, and I've spoken out, like, in front of large groups of people before, and I facilitate meetings constantly, like, too much. So I'm kind of used to it. And then I've, done this podcast for a few months now. And, but like going into this, it was very like, I was very calm and serene. And, I just like got up, I cleaned up the house a little bit and prepped all the stuff before Casey came here, and it was just very quiet, and I didn't have any music on or anything on. It was just quiet, and I was just like in my zone getting stuff ready, and then like here comes a knock on the door. Bright and shiny Casey coming in.
That's so funny. Yeah, she texted me too.
I texted everybody. But I just think it's funny, like, I don't know, I just can't sit in the silence. I will, like, when I get in the car with my mom and she has no music playing, I was like, how do you just drive with no music?
I don't know.
And she's like,
do that.
You just relax here. I'm just like, I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. Like, if I don't know.
You have to have some, like, constant
stimulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could be in the silence for a long time.
Yeah. I feel like I can too. Like it doesn't bother me. But I do like listening to music a lot. So most of the time I'll be listening to music.
Like I could listen to it the whole entire day. If I have one earpiece all day, solid.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a little bit kind of like Louie in a way that I do kind of like the chaos, but I think we talked about this too in a previous episode, but how we grew up with chaos.
Yeah.
Constantly, like every Saturday, Sunday morning, the TV's on.
Yeah.
My parents are like cleaning and cooking, and like there's just always noise constantly. And like, so now that I'm working from home, I'm home by myself, but I always have a podcast playing because I like the chatter. Like, I don't know what they're talking about, like 80% of the time, but I like the noise of just people talking. That's why I always listen to a podcast where there's more than one person.
Yeah.
I just like that constant chatter in the background, but I'm not actually listening to it.
I feel like when I'm working, I can't, like, I like to put in music, but if I have a podcast playing, I can't work. I stop working and start listening. And I'm just sitting there listening. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And then I'm like I start typing what they're saying. And so it's just like, I can't listen to a podcast when I'm working.
I've learned how to drown people out. Like, I need to remind myself because I'm so used to that because my mom talks like a million a second, and I have to like remember to listen to her. But when she starts talking, my brain just like goes down. Just, like, my eyes glaze over, and then she'll ask me a question, and then I wouldn't even know what to answer because I wasn't listening. And my mom's voice, that's just like my brain just knows to like turn it off for a second.
So then one of the questions is how often do you daydream?
Do I daydream? Constantly.
Oh, I daydream all the time.
All the time. I'm a thinking introvert.
Yeah.
I hardly ever daydream.
Really?
Here and there.
Maybe on my
often?
Yeah, do you daydream?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, all the freaking time. But I'm also a Pisces, so we have like unrealistic.
Oh yeah, you're the same as Fabian.
Yeah, or unrealistic ideas. Fabian's like kind of different because Fabian's not like an emotional type of person. Wait, Leah. Okay, in public, he's not an emotional type of person.
Not in public, no.
And I feel like maybe in public I am, like, people always say like my facial expressions are like very there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Fabian's like a different type of Pisces. I don't know. Him and I are not the same person, let me tell you that.
But you get along.
Yeah, we get along, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of him, I know that this isn't related to the podcast, but there was this Taylor Swift song. So I was on Spotify and Fabian was listening to Taylor Swift. And I was like, oh, I'm going to make fun of him and send Leah a screenshot. Like, you know, Fabian, like, he's like, it's Fabian, you know, like,
yeah. Macho man.
Yeah. I sent it to Leah, and then all of a sudden now I'm in love with Taylor Swift because of Fabian. That's the weirdest thing.
He got a lot of his friends into her too.
That's funny.
Taylor Swift, like,
yeah.
What?
Yep. It's funny. Oh, I think me and Austin haven't answered the question, Mia's question about the podcast, coming into the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, like the first time I definitely was super nervous. I'm always really nervous about like a public speaking type of situation too. I've definitely gotten way better at it because in college I had to do it so often. And I had a lot of classes with like only 6 students in it or something like that. So it made it easier to do those things. And so I got used to it. So I'm not as nervous anymore. But the first podcast, like I'd never done a podcast before. So I didn't really quite know how to prepare for it. And knowing me, I really like to plan and prepare for things. And I think with that one, we didn't have a whole lot prepared, or I didn't have to do a whole lot of prep for it. I think you did most of it, Mina. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the first one was.
Oh, yeah, I did all the prep. So I just asked you questions.
Yeah, that's what it was. So that was like pretty nerve-wracking because I'm the type of person where I write out a script usually for everything, like word for word.
It's have in common.
Yeah, and like in high school, that's how I did my presentations. I would legitimately write a script out and just memorize it if I could, even though my memory is horrible. But that's how much like presentations just like scared me. But now after doing a handful of them, I'm like today, I was not prepared today. It was like 12:58 and Casey texts me and I was like, oh my God, I thought it was still 11 o'clock because we were starting at 1 for my time. And then I'm like, oh shoot, I still haven't like prepped for this. I didn't look up what I said I was going to look up. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't do anything, but I wasn't like nervous about it. I just went into it. And it's easier because it's you guys. So,
yeah.
Austin, your turn.
I think for me, I was fine with it. Like, I was like, whatever. And then the minute that I saw that recording thing go off, I was like, like I felt so just like tense. And then, like, as time goes on, you know, it's fine. Like, I didn't even want to introduce myself. it just, I get nervous, and then it just, like, it's fine and whatever. But, like, I think, like, a public speaking type of aspect, I don't really have a problem with it. There are times when I get, like, nervous, like, public speaking, like, depending on, like, the group or anything. Or it also depends on what I'm talking about. Like, if I'm just addressing someone, like, whatever. But if I'm, like, training someone on something and it's, like, a bunch of people, like, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah. I think a podcast is just easy in general because we don't think about people who are listening once we get in, like, you know, in the groove. And it's just, like, us talking, just like friends talking.
I try to remind myself that this is actually, like, a podcast. It's not just a conversation between us. It's meant for other people too listening.
Yeah.
Has a storyline.
And this will probably end up like being a pretty highly downloaded episode because anything related to MBTI, people eat that up. Love that kind of like podcast.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, because you're bringing opposites, so, you know, they're listening all to the situations.
Yeah, they're like, I'm an ENFJ, and my best friend's an INTJ. What did they talk about? I wonder if it's similar.
I mean, yeah. In other aspects, the way people look at it, zodiacs, you know, there's so many.
People just like to relate to other people.
It's like it's validating.
Yeah, and I think everyone tries to, like, find out, like, are there other people like me that like, do these things?
Is this normal? Am I normal?
Yeah, am I normal? Like, like Leah saying that she wants to do like autopsy type deal thing. Like, I'll never forget when Leah said that in community college, and there was a sign for her to sign up as to get hired somewhere for that. And I was like, "You're insane! Like, you want to work on dead people?"
Remember when I left work to go to a cadaver class?
Yeah.
Yeah, explaining that to the bosses was a bit weird.
I need to leave to go see dead people.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Still one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Did you ever go to that Bodies Revealed thing?
Yes. Miguel took me when I was in like elementary school.
Oh, really?
Maybe middle school? Yeah. He took me a long time ago, and I thought it was the coolest thing.
It is so fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean,
I held my very first bone ever. It was a calcaneus.
I like how you show your hand.
It's kind of ball shaped, so.
Oh, for people who can't see us.
Yeah.
Leah did a little, what do you want to call that? Like a cupping of her.
Yeah.
Interesting how that computer.
Oh, I have to buy one.
I know, but that's lame. It should already be included with like all the computers. You know what I mean?
I built this computer.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Build it better next time, Mia.
My bad.
Come on. Think about the camera. Hello.
Yeah.
Next time. Anyone else have another one?
Any more?
I have one about parties, and I feel like this has been mentioned in the previous podcast, but your guys' family has an insane amount of parties. And a particular party that I want to know how everyone handles is when Leah comes back, and it also Fabian's family and friends.
Oh yeah, like our engagement party.
Yeah. So like, how do you handle situations with people you've never met before that are going to be?
Oh, like in your family party?
Yeah, and let's go
okay.
So
that's a good one.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so like people that you've never met before that are like coming to what you normally always have.
Yeah.
A group of people. Leah.
Okay. So for me, obviously, I had already known like Fabian's family that came for a while. I mean, not that long, but I was pretty comfortable with them at that point. And so for me, it wasn't more so like strangers, air quotes, being at my family party. It was more of the nervousness of like our families getting along, which I didn't really like. I didn't doubt that they would get along because they're very similar. You guys saw. They know how to party. My family knows how to party. So I was like, well, it probably will turn out good. Like, it'd be okay. And it did end up being a really good night and a lot of fun. So I wasn't like super nervous. And now that I've moved away, I do love these family parties a lot more. I used to not really care for them that much when I was living back home, just because we had them all the time. So it was like, and I just liked being alone a lot too. So it was hard for me to go to those all the time. But sometimes I do crave them. Like I said, I like that like kind of chaos around me, and it's even better that it's family. So I'm even more comfortable usually. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't all that nervous, even though you'd probably expect me to be pretty nervous about that. But I thought it was really fun, and I look forward to more of them.
Okay, I'll go. Well, so for me, I mean, depending on the host, if it's like in-laws, I'm going to be respectful and acknowledge them, but I'm not going to be hanging out with them the whole entire night, you know what I mean? But as for like, I don't know, family, to other family, I don't know. I feel like it
happens a lot.
Yeah.
With you guys, and it's just kind of business as usual.
But Katrina, you like invite friends to your family parties. So do you ever get like nervous with like your friends meeting your family or any of that?
I mean, yes and no.
Both.
But I'm more like, I want to invite you guys to have fun. I know I'm going to be busy, so that's why I offer for you to bring a friend. But like, it's nice if I know them too, at the same time, so that they're not by themselves,
Like more the merrier.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. More the merrier is the better,
Yes, no.
That's true. I always want to like invite people to our family parties just because they are really fun.
Like, well, your family parties are different than most family parties, I feel.
Yeah.
Like you guys are pretty wild. Like I don't know any other family that has a cowbell that walks around with shots on a tray.
A shot tray.
Cowbell. Yeah, the shot tray.
The shot bell.
Like,
that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Very true. Very true. But yeah, I always want to invite people to our family parties. There's just like people here where, I don't know, we'll get into a conversation or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I would love for you to come to one of my family parties and experience that because I feel like you would love it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Definitely has to be like specific people though. There are definitely people where like I know you would not enjoy that.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, for Leah's party, I think I got really lucky because me and Tanya, like your mother-in-law, we connected really quickly and we became like vodka sisters. And so I didn't have to mingle and talk to the rest of the Guyamas because I was like, okay, Tanya's got me. And she approached me, well, that's how all my friendships are. People approach me. And so I think I just got really lucky that at least one of the other family members like.
Oh, that's cute. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I like that.
So, but I don't know. I'm definitely really nervous, and I don't I'm not the one to approach the person. I'll wait till they approach me. Like I'll smile. I think I'm smiling when I look at them.
I saw a Squidward thing for your horoscope. It's like Capricorn's happy, Capricorn's mad.
Straight face for all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one I didn't like. Obviously, we would have to go because, I mean, it's one of those. Like, it's not like just a regular party on a weekend.
Like, there's actually a reason for it.
Yeah, it was meant for something, and so we had to go. But if we didn't have to go, like if this was just like a regular Saturday, quite honestly, there have been times where you guys had your families together, and I just didn't go.
Yeah.
Just flat out didn't go. So, and I was fine.
Yeah.
But situations where I have to go, luckily people either approach me or just like, I don't know, just hang out with Brandon or whoever I already know. Mm-hmm. How about you, Austin? Austin, you're like, well, you're practically part of our family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I cling to whomever. Yeah. Katrina's like kind of like a co-host always. She's always making sure everyone's okay. Everyone has everything. So like she's always running around just checking on people. So I always cling to whoever I know is there. And it's usually you, Mia, or it will be like if Patrick's home, it'll be Patrick. Like I will like go with whomever I know is there. Yeah. Sometimes it'll even be Leah's mom. So like it depends. But I think for me, like going to a party and like social situations like that, I always, because I'm gay, it makes it harder for me to feel accepted anywhere.
Yeah. Because you don't know how people feel about it sometimes.
Yeah. And so like with Fabian's family, for example, like I know Katrina's family is fine with it, whatever. And like it's awesome that they are, and they look at me any different because of it. But like Fabian's family had no idea. Like, and so it was like a worry of mine,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm like, obviously during like, I had to be like kind of on my toes, and I couldn't be like my normal self just because you have to go kind of feel people out, whatever. And then Fabian's dad comes along and just throws that whole thing out of the water.
Yeah, you guys were dancing together at the wedding. I love that video of you guys dancing to ABBA, the Dancing Queen. Like you guys had your arms around each other.
It's so funny, and just like whatever. And you know, I mean, obviously, like I just get nervous any situation with like a new group of people. If they're like older, like if they're like younger and they're not like straight guys, like I don't really care. But if they're like straight guys, like I have to be kind of like cautious. And I don't know if that has to do with like high school and being in the closet in high school. Like I'm not quite sure what causes that, or if other gay people have that, but whatever.
I'm sure that's still like a thing for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not, I mean, it is a lot more widely accepted now than it was before, but you never know.
Even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Even in general, I get nervous around straight guys.
Yeah.
No, just I think it's because I think it maybe is because like in movies they're always depicted as like a bunch of bros who always tease people or prank people, and like you have to be cautious around them.
But it's true too, because like I know in high school there was like situations like that too, and so like you see things and then you're gonna be stuck with that for like ever, or you know you're not gonna be. I'm going to throw this out there. You're not going to be invited to a party because you are, you know, gay.
Yeah.
But, you know, Leah. But, like, you know, you do get kind of, like, concerned about that. Like, are people going to be accepting? But I think as, like, me personality-wise, I, like, cling to whoever I know, and it's kind of hard to like make close friends or like, you know, be super close to people when like everyone's drinking, because you know you're like you know
it's like a hit or miss. Like sometimes I make friends easier with people because like they're drunk or I'm drunk or I don't know, something like that, or it just has to be like the right mood and whatnot. But like otherwise I do. And then it's like weird when you see them again and you're both sober and it's like completely different. It's like a whole different situation. I don't know. It's like, wait, are we still kind of friends, or was that
do you remember me?
Yeah, that kind of thing. I've definitely like been in those situations here, especially with it being such like a military town. They're always drinking out here, so
that's a sad statement. Okay.
I
know. Especially in the winter, there's not much to do in Virginia in the winter.
Oh, because it snows there, huh?
Not enough. Like it should snow more, but it's just cold. Like it's cold enough to snow all the time.
It doesn't snow.
Feel how cold my hands are.
But it doesn't always snow.
You're always cold.
Which sucks.
Like gave me goosebumps.
She's like, ew, get off me.
Sorry, I touched you.
I know. It's fine. I'm trying to, exposure therapy. I'm trying to be more fine when people touch me, like obviously appropriately.
I have a huge thing for physical touch. And I apologize all the time to people at work because I feel like
you always
I'm
do
just
this.
I'm just like
all the time.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I don't know why I do that. I flinch when people
I'm so sorry.
touch me. Like when my first day on the job, this lady's super sweet, really nice. I think she's awesome and everything, whatever. But the first thing she did was ask if I can have a hug or like give me a hug because it was my first day. In my head, I was like, "Bitch, are you serious?" But like outwardly, I'm like, "Of course."
Oh, I hate hugging strangers.
I don't like hugging people at all.
I'm not gonna ask for a hug on the first day.
It was weird. I was like, "Why? Why?"
I love hugs, but I'm real specific with the people that I give hugs.
Definitely.
It's
like, I love hugs from like people you haven't seen in a long time, or like, you know, like I'll hug you, but not like just
think it like
randomly
matters the hug. Like I don't like hugging two arms.
Oh, you just do like
hug.
Yeah, like a side hug, like oh hi. But like two, I'm like, ugh. Don't like it.
Oh my god.
But we always do the full hugs, don't we? Like when we see each other? No.
Us or Austin?
Us in Austin.
I feel like I've given Austin a full hug.
I give Austin a full, but Austin is definitely a side.
A side person.
I definitely give Austin a full hug.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a picture of me and Leah doing a full hug. So I'm gonna take back that statement.
Well, I guess it just depends on the person for you too.
Person, but I know for sure I don't like hugging people with two arms.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it like, for all of you guys because I've known you guys for so freaking long.
Yeah.
Because it's been since I want to say 2008. 2008, yeah. We knew of each other in 2007, 2008. And then Mia, I think you were right after that.
Like 2010 is when I moved to the apartments.
Because I really didn't meet Austin until 2009. I remember the day because we were walking to school and Casey goes, "Oh, Austin's going to walk with us." And I was like, "Who's Austin?" She's like, "Oh, he went to," she was like, "Oh, he went to middle school with us." And I was like, "Who's Austin?" I had no idea who you were at all. Like, you didn't look familiar to me at all. But also, I'm not a very observant person, and I don't know names and, like, people in general. So it wasn't a shock. But I remember her telling me that she had known you for a while. And I was like, how did I not know you then?
But you did know me because I know that we all went swimming together in that summer, the summer of 08. Because we all...
Really?
Yes, I know for a fact we all went swimming. Because my sister knew Kaylee. And so that's how I met all of you guys, is through my sister. And then we all just walked together.
Well, I completely forgot about that because the first time I remember meeting you was walking to school. That first day.
We used to play tennis all the time.
That's not the first time. That's not the first time that happened to me. I've had people come up to me and start talking to me like they know me. And I'm like, I have never seen you in my life. And they know things that, like, isn't super common knowledge. I'm like, have I talked to you before? And it turns out I have. It's real bad. It's very bad.
I do have to leave within like the
next
10 minutes or so.
Oh, you gotta leave in the next 10 minutes. Do we have time for one more?
Probably not. I don't have anything.
Well, Casey gotta get her lashes done. Your lashes? Right?
Yeah, my lashes. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say it's crazy. It's crazy that we've known each other all for so long.
It's been
It has been a long time.
I can't even think of the years anymore. Like the last, I don't know, 6. It's hard to think what happened that year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
like,
I think
was that
for like
2016
you guys,
or 2017?
I think for like you guys, like our relationship is very different because like we like me, my fault. Okay, I can disappear for a little bit and then I can come back, and you guys are still just like the same people, the same like nice, loving, caring people, and so like it's so different like than relationships with people I've had or still have, where you have to be in constant contact. Like,
yeah, it's like when like since I've moved out here, like I come home and it's like nothing changed really.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like I would love to FaceTime more. It's just like I work so much.
Yeah,
you know? I was actually just thinking about it the other day, and I was like, I want to FaceTime them, but I'm like, damn, it's already late. Like, you know.
Yeah. Time difference makes it hard, and like I'm still in school and work. You work like crazy. It's hard to stay connected with people.
Yeah.
In general, especially now.
But that's why like these little meetups are nice too.
Yeah. And it's like an archive, you know, of our conversations.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I live off the memories.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's why I started the YouTube, because I wanted to reflect back on it.
Yeah, I watched like 5 of your vlogs the other day because I was like, I miss home. Like, I'm gonna watch these because they're fun.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
I got to watch Halloween. Yeah, because I missed Halloween with you guys, so I got to watch Halloween.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, that one was fun.
I'm so jealous of those games that you guys played.
Zara's very creative.
Zara's so good at that kind of stuff. She could be a party planner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Austin didn't go.
No, I was hanging out with my cousins. Plus, again, social situations where meeting people. I don't know who's going to be there. And I have to plan my outfits. That's the thing, too.
You have always been, like, weird about your outfits.
Yeah. I have to, like, if I don't have anything that, like, I like, I will go out and buy clothes specifically for a weekend.
You do.
Like, I don't know why.
It's pretty extreme.
I'm very extreme toward, like, last minute. Wow, let's go.
Yeah. Katrina's the opposite.
Because I'm like, all right, I gotta go. My mom would hate that about me because I would always say yes to events, right? And then I'm just like digging in her closet, and she's like, "This is the thing. You like to go out, but you never go shopping. We have clothes here."
That's the A and T, the assertive and turbulent.
Oh, for sure.
In your personalities.
Yeah. That definitely shows Austin's turbulence.
What, having to go get clothes?
Yeah, I'm also very weird about like how I dress for certain things too. It takes me forever to figure out what I need to wear for everything.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to be there. You know?
Yeah.
You never know.
I kind of have the same set of clothes that I wear all the time. That's why it always looks like I wear the same things.
I definitely wear the same things over and over again because I find an outfit that I like and I'm like, okay, that's it. Wearing that all the time.
You know what? I just realized, like, I sit there and think, like, people are going to notice that if I wear the same thing over and over. And I just realized I never notice when people wear the same thing over and over. Like, Mia, I don't do outfit repeating. Like, that's not, I don't look at people like that, but I think that's where people are like that.
I mean, obviously, if it's like first impression and like you're actually talking to them, you know, maybe you will remember, but on a day-to-day thing,
I don't think I really noticed that unless it's like something like outlandish, like something crazy that they're wearing. But if it's just, you know, regular clothes, I don't really notice.
Well, it's nice talking to you guys.
Yeah, think of other stuff we can talk about.
Yeah.
This was a good one. All right, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I hope Austin will go back and join us again in the future. We'll see. We'll see after this episode if he wants to do more. Anyways, happy birthday again, Austin. And to the rest of you guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode. And if you did or if you didn't, let me know your thoughts. And if you're an INTJ or an ENFJ, let me know if you related to what we said in the podcast or in this episode. All right, if you enjoy what you hear, I want to stay up to date on the show. Please follow me on Facebook and or on Instagram. You can also check out my website at thetalkativeintrovertpodcast.com. All the information will be on there as well as in the show notes. Please help support the show by sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.